Keep It or Change Cars, the motoring podcast with news, views, and interviews.
When buying a used car, there are many factors to take into account. What do I buy? Where do I buy from? And am I buying right? Mike Schlebach, you're the owner, founder, a company called SCREAN. Welcome.
Thank you, Mike.
Lovely to have you here. Look at Mike as protection. The company SCREAN. If I say to you in a nutshell, what is SCREAN? And I'm going to ask you a couple of questions.
SCREAN is your protection against buying a lemon.
Stop it right there. That is all you need. So now the business itself, Mike, was born out of your own personal experience. Am I correct?
That's correct, yeah.
And what are we talking about? 2, 3, 4, 5 years ago?
Yeah, it was actually level 4 lockdown or level 3 lockdown, and it's sort of around the end of 2020.
Right.
And I was after a second-hand car, and I found the car I was looking for here in central Joburg.
Now, when you say you found it, if I may ask, because to find a car in central Joburg, somebody didn't recommend them. How did you come across that vehicle?
Well, I looked like everybody else does online, on cars.co.za, on Auto Trader, and searched everywhere that I could, Facebook Marketplace, all that kind of, and it actually took me quite a long time, and I settled on what I thought was the right vehicle.
But did it feel right, or did you feel I have to come and look at it myself?
No, well, I didn't put any money down,
right?
But I felt like I had to come and look at it myself.
So you come here in Joburg, and what was the warning signs for you that said I shouldn't be buying in Joburg Central?
Well, I arrived and the car wasn't there, firstly, and after about 15 minutes, the dealer that I was dealing with, said there was going to be another 45 minutes, and first the car was coming on its way, and then they didn't know where it was, and then they tried to sell me something else, and so it was sort of at that point about an hour into sitting there, and my expectation was to buy the car because I'd scrutinized the images and,
So online, did it look the part?
Yeah, online it looked amazing. And, it was, and they get you where they say they advertise these vehicles, the right mileage and the right year and the right condition.
And as a matter of interest, what car are we talking about?
A Toyota Hilux.
Toyota Hilux.
Yeah.
So now anybody who goes online, there must be, I don't want to say a couple of hundred, but they're probably about 300, a couple of hundred Hiluxes, Fortuners, Prados, Polos, all the popular cars. The mileages on these scam cars are always what, 60, 70, 80,000?
Yeah, or they put them just over the 100,000 K mark,
right?
105, 108, 110. So that was my experience. Yeah.
So there and then, is it fair to say you wish you had somebody who could have done the check for you, didn't have to come all the way up to Joburg, wait an hour, waste your time?
Absolutely. If my service had been in existence then, I would have saved myself, at least, the irony was that because it was level 3 lockdown,
yeah.
The one-way ticket from Joburg was about 8,000 rand. So
not that expensive.
Yeah. So all in all, I would have saved myself 10 grand.
But now the light bulb moment. So you're sitting there in Joburg. You say, "I wish somebody could have done this for me." The name SCREAN. Where did that come from, if I may ask?
To be honest, it was after that experience, I actually spent a day or two in Joburg and eventually found the car I was looking for. And
at a quality garage now?
At a better quality garage, yeah.
Come on, give them some mileage. Who was it?
I actually can't remember, Mike. Unfortunately,
that good, clear.
Yeah. So then on my way down to Cape Town, I started thinking about.
You driving by yourself now?
I was driving by myself, yeah, in my new Bakkie, which I still have, by the way. So it was a good purchase.
Nice.
But then I just started thinking about my experiences over the years trying to buy a second-hand car, and a few years before that, my wife was looking for a vehicle, and we found one in Durban. And at that time, I was phoning around to all my mates in Durban saying, "Would you mind going and checking this car out for us before I come and buy it?" And I couldn't find anybody.
So were they the early screeners? Oh, you say you couldn't find anybody?
No, that we couldn't find anybody. And then just as the drive got further and further down the line, and I just decided that, and I did some, when I stopped at a petrol station, obviously not while I was driving, but I stopped at a petrol station and did some Googling around car inspection services, and I didn't find any.
Do you remember what town it was in, as a matter of interest?
I think it was somewhere around the Three Sisters.
Three
that
Sisters.
that shell. Yeah.
If you live in Three Sisters, you can claim to have been the brainchild of Screen. So now you didn't find anybody?
No, I didn't find anybody. Yeah. So that was the catalyst, and I'm a serial entrepreneur, and I know how to make these things happen. And yeah, it's been 4.5, 5 years later, and
Feels like yes, I'm sure.
it does. Yeah, it's been a journey,
course.
but especially as I come sort of outside the motor industry.
Right.
So I think it's taken some time to gain the trust of the industry, and also just the people are wary of spending money up front when they don't know who you really are.
So let's talk about Screen, the business as it is today.
Yeah.
Who are you doing screens for? Motor dealers, private people, banks? What is Screen today?
All of the above, Mike. I can happily say, we started Screen. I started Screen with the idea of servicing people like myself, who
Private people
that needed to have their car inspected before they bought. And that's sort of transitioned now into working with the dealers.
Right.
We work with some of the biggest dealer groups in the country. And then just recently we're working with WesBank as well.
Okay, very nice.
Private.
So I'm going to break it into three parts. We spoke about private, we spoke about dealers, and we spoke about the banks. You said WesBank, is it correct?
Yeah.
So let's start with a private person, because that's who you were 5 years ago. I go online, I see a car, it can be on Cars, can be on Auto Trader, Car Find, even CHANGECARS, and I want that car checked out because it's just something that I feel uneasy about. How do I get a hold of you? Do I go online?
Yeah.
What is the system?
We have a website, screen.co.za. It's SCREAN .co.za.
That's opposite to sunscreen, am I right?
It is up.
But you both protect each other.
Yeah, exactly. And the inspectors, we have a network of just under 100 inspectors around the country.
100?
Yeah, fully vetted professionals.
Right.
And we offer a same-day service. So our system is incredibly quick.
Right. Now, I just need to ask you now, you said around the country, because I think that is key.
Yeah.
The vast majority of business no doubt happens in Gauteng, Cape Town and KZN. But I'm in Limpopo, I'm in the Northwest, I'm in the Northern Cape. Are you saying that you can help a private person?
We can, yeah. If we don't have guys in the specific towns where the car is being sold.
Like Pofada as an example.
Pofada, we might even have somebody there. But yeah, but otherwise we can always arrange an out-of-town inspection.
Right.
So we you can come to us, you can tell us where the car is, and we can give you a quote to get an inspector there to do the job for you.
So now moving on to motor dealers. So I think of a motor dealer, I'm a motor dealer myself. I know how to inspect a car. I'm based in Joburg. How can you help me?
Well, Mike, think about it. If you're a dealer in Cape Town,
Right.
but you need, there's a trade-in, or you're looking at a car in Joburg, we are on the ground in Joburg, and we can go and inspect it for you.
So think about it. You're a motor dealer. You don't trust anybody that they're not going to steal your customer. Call Screen. And if I may ask, moving straight on to costing before we talk about the banks, what are we looking at here? 2,000 Rand per screen?
No, I wish. You get 2 screens for that. 1,195 Rand for a private screen.
Is this including VAT, if I may ask?
It's including VAT, yeah.
But now, sorry, obviously you can see I'm a little bit surprised. So 1,200 Rand, that's my peace of mind versus paying 200, 300, 400,000. I get it wrong. How do I take that car back? So 1,200 Rand. Sorry, I interrupted you there.
No, 1,200 Rand, and you get a full inspection, a checklist with, the inspector will take we actually call them screeners. The screener will take your car for a test drive.
Right.
We make sure all the documentation's in place, go through the checklist, and then we provide you with a set of high-res walk-around images that go with each vehicle.
So now when you talk about looking at the car, there are a couple of things that immediately spring to mind. What are you looking at? Are you looking at body? Are you looking at mechanical? Do you do a diagnostic test? What do you do? What do I get? The 1,200 Rand, you've got me at hello. Yeah. What do I get for my 1,200 Rand?
So, Mike, the screener will go through a very comprehensive checklist.
This is a predetermined checklist that he arrives with?
Checklist,
right.
For the car. He will provide you information on the paperwork around the car, that everything's in order.
Because that is key now, and you're going to come back to that. So paperwork, he's checking what? That the VIN number ties up, the engine number ties up. What is he looking at?
Exactly, all of that. So and then besides the checklist and the report, you get a set of walk-around images, high-res walk-around images, so that you can zoom in on the images around the car. And then on top of that, we actually give the seller, we put in a seller review as well.
Right.
So if it's at a dealer or a private seller, we just, we ask questions to the screener like, would you recommend the seller to your friends and family?
Now, if you look at where you went to Joburg Central, dodgy part of town, dodgy sellers. Would you have recommended that dealer to anybody?
No, I wouldn't. And I wouldn't recommend anybody.
What about if they were getting divorced and you wanted to give a present to his ex? Then you would have done it.
Yeah, absolutely. But I think that's also a key element, is that people need to know who they're buying things from. And had I known the caliber of dealership that I was dealing with at the time, I would never have gone there.
So I've always said, if you're selling houses, the best houses find the best estate agent, the best cars find the best dealers. You're never going to have that absolute top car ending up at the wrong dealer. Why? Because the seller didn't see that dealer as the right buyer. So now when it comes to big names in the motor trade, you don't get bigger than WesBank. So you're doing something very interesting with WesBank. Tell me if I've got it right. I'm a private buyer. I want to go buy a vehicle from another private seller. WesBank don't know who the private seller is. They say, Michael, you qualify for finance. Well, I hope they say, Michael, you qualify for finance. I contact Screen, or the seller contacts Screen and says, we've got a verified buyer. Do you come do the inspection?
Yeah, Mike, that's exactly what we do. We do the inspection and we facilitate the roadworthy.
Now, in this particular case, who are you giving the report to? To me as a buyer or to WesBank?
The report goes back to WesBank.
Okay, okay. So I've got the peace of mind of knowing that WesBank come back to me and say, Mike, good news, Screen have checked the vehicle out, it's approved, I'm approved, and the seller's approved.
That's right.
It's a perfect triangle. So if I say to you, Mike, it sounds like you've got a lot of things covered. You've got the private sector covered. You've got the dealer space covered. You've got WesBank covered. Where to from here? What is the next growth point?
Well, Mike, we're working on a couple of new projects, and one of them is with one of the major banks, and it's around auctions,
right?
Their auction business, and it's providing an inspection report on each of the vehicles that they are selling on their auction floor.
The type of vehicle that they're selling, is that a vehicle that they've repossessed? Is that a vehicle they've bought in? Or I imagine it's repossessed.
Most of the time it's repossessed vehicles.
Right.
Or it's, exactly, repossessed vehicles that, right now sell Voetstoots. So when a buyer comes into the auction house, they're buying a vehicle that they don't have any idea what the true condition of it is.
So now my understanding that Voetstoots as such no longer exists, but allow me to clarify from a motor trade perspective. I can't go sell a piece of scrap knowing that it is a piece of scrap and hide it from you. What Voetstoots now means is that we disclose everything we can disclose. I say to you, the engine is smoking, the gearbox is making a noise, it's got oil leaks. Do you understand that? Yes, I, as a buyer, understand that. And you can't come back to me and say, but the car's got oil leaks. So the type of inspection you'll do on a bank floor, will it be similar to a dealer screen? Is it a private screen? What will it be?
Yeah, very similar to a dealer screen, except a souped up version with added diagnostics. With there's
when you're a bank, you get the VIP treatment. I love that.
You do, especially as you're providing the volumes, which is great. But we would put the car on a lift, check its underbody.
And is it at the finance house facility?
Yes, exactly.
Nice.
At the house, yeah.
Very, very good.
Yeah.
So I'm going to end it with a pun, a double pun. If you're looking for protection from the sun, use sunscreen. And if you're looking for protection when buying a car, use Screen. On your screen right now, see, triple pun, you will see the details. Is it fair to say, Mike, everything that I could need answered is on the Screen website?
Absolutely, Mike. Yes, everything's there.
So, Mike, it's been an absolute pleasure having you in studio. How are you enjoying Gauteng? Because this ain't your home. Your home is Cape Town.
I live in Cape Town, yeah. So I've loved it up here, actually. It's I love the Highveld.
Do you love the Highveld?
I do, yeah.
So I interviewed a person once and I said, what is your favorite part of Joburg? And he said, Mike, definitely the departure lounge at Joburg Airport. I hope you don't see it the same way. It's been superb having you here.
Wonderful, Mike. Thanks very much for the opportunity.
Looking at buying a brand new car? Visit changecars.co.za and click on the Beat My Quote tab, because we will Beat your quote.